Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's get into today's transfer news. Let's go. So let's start with the big news, which is in regards to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. AC Milan are back in for the player, and they've already agreed personal terms of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and the deal is in advancing, and we may see some sort of conclusion in the coming hours, according to Di Marzio. So again, that's good news. Again, we obviously knew previously that it was around about a £15 million fee, 10 plus 5 million previously for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Again, I think this is the right time for him. We're probably not going to offer him the contract that he got offered last time under Roman. If he wanted to stay for lower, he probably possibly could. But if he wants game time, wants to enjoy himself, again, Italy is a great league for that. So all I can say for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he can enjoy his time there. For me, I'm not really a big fan of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think post injury hasn't been that great, particularly in the midfield. I do like the idea of like how he got revitalized under Tuchel in the right wing back model. However, it clearly even that wasn't great because he just dribbled the ball all the way to the end, couldn't find the final pass or the finish to do so, and it wasn't great there either. So listen, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, obviously he's a great Chelsea youth talent, but hasn't worked out for him here. It's time to move on, big man. Simple as that, really. Now let's move on to the other big news, which is in regards to Maignan. So Maignan is being considered by the Chelsea Football Club, but Poch is still willing to keep Kepa as a number one if needed. Again, for me, I've done a player profile of Maignan in my Chelsea's goalkeeper video. Very good shot stopper. He's generally good on the ball. Commander of his defense. Top 3 goalkeepers in the world, in my opinion, alongside Courtois and Alisson from Liverpool. He's just that's how good of a footballer he is. He would command a hefty fee. He's better than Andre Onana as well, in my opinion, from Inter Milan, who we've dropped interest into. Again, for me, this is the type of player you want to be going after. We've seen Kepa. We've given Kepa multiple years. He has not improved. He has not done so well. He's clearly, again, in my opinion, got biscuit hands. Not great from long, short distance. He's got a bozo mistake in him from time to time. In my opinion, this is somewhere where the collaboration really works, because the club can clearly see that Kepa has had ample time and it hasn't worked out, and maybe Poch is being a bit blinded by the ability that he can improve Kepa and such. The club has said, listen, you gotta trust us on this one. We'll get you Mike Mignon, and that's what big clubs do. They're able to have a conversation with the manager, and we can bring in that better talent. It's at the end of the day, it's a give and go approach. It's collaboration. Let's move on to the next topic, which is Hakim Ziyech. The fake wizard, of Chelsea Football Club. The reason why I'm just talking about quickly is that the deal apparently is done. The contracts have all been checked and everything, barring his medical, which is happening in the next few hours, essentially. So, again, with Ziyech, he looks like he's pretty much on the move. That's all I wanted to say on Hakim Ziyech. Now, let's move on to Armando Broja. Pochettino really likes Armando Broja. He appreciates him. He wants to test him out in pre-season to see, whether or not he's good enough to stay at the club, or if he needs more time to develop, maybe on loan. So we know last year we signed him to a new contract. Obviously, he had that really bad knee injury in the World Cup while others were playing the World Cup. He was playing for Chelsea in that game against Aston Villa, where he hurt his knee very badly. I think it was an ACL injury, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, he just come back from that. Again, I have my theories that we're not going to be signing another striker other than Nicholas Jackson. And if that's the case, I probably would assume that Poch is testing out Broja to see is he good enough to be the backup striker for us for the time being, and that we have Nicholas Jackson up front. And then in January, you possibly go after an Ivan Toney. So again, it's a wait and see approach in that one. I wouldn't be surprised if Armando Broja becomes a backup striker, and that will be all, I think, with him. So, he's a good player. We saw what he could do at Southampton. Obviously, even the times that he got given chances under Potter against Wolves, for example, he was cooking there as well. So we'll see if that one. So the striker situation is kind of interesting. I just think Chelsea this week are focusing on their outgoings. Once we see what the incomes are looking like, I think then we can see, what the outlook is really like, for the other positions as well. It's pretty much for me. And finally, we're going to be discussing the news on Mason Mount. Apparently, over the weekend, according to Fabrizio, they've reiterated to the club that he's not going to be signing a new contract. Essentially, trying to push the club to get to accept the 55 million bid from Manchester United that is still on the table. Again, that's a wait and see approach. I wouldn't be surprised maybe by the end of the day today or tomorrow we get some sort of news that says Mason Mount Mason Mount is going to be sold there. In my opinion, and I said this before in my TikTok video, probably around about 52 plus 7 million in add-ons, or if Man United are really sticking to that 55 million, Chelsea will probably relent and sell him for that 55 million pounds. And that is all for today. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe on the YouTube, please. That is very, very important. We're literally only like 4 away from 150 subscribers. Let's get 4 subscribers today, 150. Please, please, please. And also, just ahead of this video, I'll be streaming today at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Today on Kick. I'll make sure to leave the description down below. Come watch me. We're going to be discussing, Chelsea transfer news in general, and like, what is the formation we'll be looking at for next season, of the hypothetical players we could be bringing into the club, and how could that all work, essentially. That will be all. Have a nice one, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day.